It's 8:30. Good morning, I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. A Hunter Greyhound trainer has denied any involvement in live baiting, but admits he kept 8 live rabbits in cages on his property west of Cessnock. John O'Brien is among several trainers to have been stood down over the scandal. He's told the Herald he mainly kills the rabbits before using them as a lure for greyhounds to chase during training. The New South Wales Transport Minister says she's not privy to all the meetings which her Liberal colleagues might have had with the former Newcastle Lord Mayor. Jeff McCloy was strongly in favour of the government's plan to cut the heavy rail and install light rail down Hunter Street. He donated more than $30,000 to state Liberal candidates in the lead-up to the March 2011 election, including disgraced former Hunter MPs Tim Owen and Andrew Cornwall. Gladys Berejiklian's refused to be drawn on whether she met with Jeff McCloy.
I'm not suggesting for a second that any of our motivation was apart from what is in the best interest of Newcastle. I do not know who and what meetings were held, but all I can tell you as the Minister for Transport and the Minister for Hunter is when we took those decisions, the question we asked ourselves is what is in the best interests of Newcastle, what is in the best interest of the Hunter.
Meanwhile, it's been revealed a confidential cabinet document about the Newcastle light rail line was discovered in former Liberal MP Tim Owen's office. The document revealed the state government rejected formal advice from transport officials in 2013 on the best route for light rail into the city. The Herald reports it raises questions about how a government backbencher came into possession of the top secret information and why current Labor MP Tim Crackenthorpe didn't tell the public sooner after finding it. Some of the Hunter's busiest roads are being prioritised as the NRMA welcomes the state government's road infrastructure plan. Mike Baird's $273 million road promise is looking to ensure safety on Hunter roads and provide local jobs during construction. NRMA President Kyle Loades says the work needs to be done as soon as possible.
NRMA will be advocating to make sure that all of these projects are delivered on in the shortest possible time frame. The overall $273 million will happen over the next decade, and the projects that have been committed to will happen over the coming years. NRMA does want to see that fast-tracked because we need relief today.
The option to vote electronically for the state election is now available for eligible people across the Hunter. The new iVote system has been introduced this year to provide accessible, unassisted voting for people who may otherwise have difficulty casting their vote at a polling place. Richard Carroll from the New South Wales Electoral Commission says registrations are now open.
Once you've registered, you can vote from Monday the 16th of March up until 6 p.m. on election day. So if anybody feels they'll be outside New South Wales on election day or is in one of the categories of people, blind, low vision, with a disability, you can go onto the website and you can actually do a trial ballot paper to see how the system works.
And the Premier says he's open to calls for a major upgrade to Cessnock Airport. Wealthy hotel owner Jerry Schwartz says improvements to the airport need to be made so it can handle commercial flights and attract more visitors to the Hunter Valley. Mike Baird says he doesn't mind the idea.
Is that something that the local community wants to see? How can we facilitate that? That's something that we're obviously open to considering, but ultimately it's a matter. Airport's a federal jurisdiction and local community needs to be won over. But listen, as a concept, it'd be something we'd be open to play a constructive role in.
Now with sport, Belinda Dadasaris.
It appears the Newcastle Jets revenue stream has run dry following news the Australian Tax Office has moved to snatch up FFA funding used to pay players. It comes as staff and squad insist they're yet to be paid, despite the club's Sunday deadline to deposit the cash. All A-League franchises receive a $2.5 million grant from the FFA annually in 12 instalments to cover wages. Jets officials are now promising the money within the next 24 hours. Merryweather's B5 skipper Michael Varnum is facing indefinite suspension from Newcastle City in suburban cricket. It follows the all-rounder's refusal to front the judiciary over an alleged bat contact with head incident against Jules Tavern captain Peter Laylaw until after police wrap up their own investigations. And Django of Cackarel is set to become the first Frisian horse to represent Australia as Lochinvar equestrian Jeremy Yanyich heads to New Zealand for the upcoming Hastings dressage competition. That's sport. I'm Belinda de Las Heras.
To NURFM News Time 26 to 9.